Habits. We all have them, and we're all shaped by them, whether we realize it or not. Whether we're intentional with our habits or whether or not we're just on autopilot. Some of them serve us and some of them don't. So recently I did a little life audit and I came up with 13 habits that are having a positive impact on my life. Some of them I've had for a while and some of them are very new. And they span physical, emotional, mental and spiritual habits, and some of them just might surprise you. Hi, I'm Maggie. I make videos about living a joyful and meaningful life. Let's begin. Habit number 1 is cold showers. And I don't mean full cold shower, but my morning shower, I finish off the last 10-20 seconds, I finish off with full cold water. And it gives me a shot of energy, invigoration. It's like having a caffeinated drink. It gets me clear-headed, it gets me focused, and it just brings me into the present moment. And it's a really wonderful way to start the day. And I've been doing this consistently for 2 years, and I really, really rate it very highly as having a positive impact on my life. Habit number 2 is a high-protein breakfast. So last year, I became a bit of a pastry fiend. So this year, to set myself up for success, I decided to make sure I had a very high protein breakfast before I leave the house. Which brings me to another little hack, which is hard-boiled eggs. I always have hard-boiled eggs in the fridge, and if I'm in a rush, I'll grab 4 or 5 or 6 on the go with my hot sauce in my bag, like Beyonce. This has been huge for helping me get back on track with my health goals. One habit that has always been a part of my life is learning. I love learning. I'm someone who's always watching how-to videos, reading, listening to podcasts and audiobooks. I'm not tech savvy at all, but I watched hundreds of how-to videos on YouTube to grow my YouTube channel. I've had a Skillshare membership over the last few years, and I've recently gone back to the platform to take some classes. I often gravitate to the productivity classes. If you've been following my content for a while, you'll know that I am passionate about habits. I love learning about habits, how to make better habits, how to improve on our habits. And I feel like I've learned a lot over the years, but I'm always looking to keep learning and refining. So yes, I took some classes recently on Skillshare. I completed the Productivity Habits by Paul Neen, which I really enjoyed. And I also took his class called Easy Priority Setting for Everyday Tasks, a calm way to decide what matters today. That one was especially helpful because I love a to-do list. I am a to-do list queen. I love writing everything out. It makes me feel good to get it out of my brain onto the page. But I usually write so many things on there that I can't ever get them done and I never get that satisfied feeling. Paul's approach helps you figure out what actually matters for the day, what's going to relieve the most stress and move the needle on your projects. I really love the Skillshare platform because it feels really calm. And the classes are broken down into little bite-sized chapters, so you can go from start to finish and feel like you really completed something without all the interruptions. And you don't have that impulse to scroll and consume quickly. It feels like a really calm, easy, nice way to learn. Skillshare has creative classes taught by world-class creatives like professional illustrators, renowned graphic designers, and successful entrepreneurs. It's the best place to learn a creative skill or pick up a new hobby. If you're looking to reconnect with your creativity and maybe avoiding brain rot, Skillshare is where humans come to learn from other humans. The first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan the QR code will receive a 1-month free trial on Skillshare. Number 4 is walking in nature, which is a double whammy because I think both walking and being in nature are 2 wonderful habits to have. I love walking. I try to do 2 walks a day, but I definitely at least do 1, and I usually do it at dusk. I recently got back from staying with a friend who lives in a suburb, and we were walking every day, and I really noticed the difference once I got home and was doing my normal route through the bush, how exhilarating and enlivening and uplifting it feels to walk in nature. If walking is your jam as well, or it's something that you want to cultivate, I did a video on how I walked 10,000 steps a day for 30 days and all the positive benefits that came from that. I'll link that in the description. Habit number 5 is Pilates. Last year I injured my back, and so I went to a Pilates teacher for some one-on-one lessons to help improve my back and also my posture. And I've been doing that consistently every week for 7 months now, And that has been absolutely game-changing for me, learning about how weak my hamstrings and my glute and my core were and strengthening those up. Between that and the walking uphill has completely healed my back. I have no pain now, and I'm so compassionate for people that are in pain all the time. Until I had this injury, you forget how difficult life can be. And it's also a great example of how habits don't have to be daily. They can be weekly or monthly or even annually. Habit number 6 might surprise you. Fermented vegetables. I have fermented vegetables with every meal that I'm at home. Sauerkraut, kimchi, I have a variety of them. I used to have to take probiotics. I don't anymore. I think this is huge for my gut health. And if you're into health podcasts like I am, you probably know all about the gut. Fermented vegetables. Number 7 is meditation. Meditation. I have been meditating for an hour a day for the last 3 months, which was really something for me, and it's something that I worked up to. I've recently changed it to 30 minutes in the evening. Doesn't matter how long you do it, as long as you do it. 5 minutes. It is just so beneficial to connect in with ourselves, to connect in with God, to connect in with Source, to connect in with the earth, to really ground and be present here, and to really check in with how am I doing, receiving guidance, insights, intuition. It's really important to bring ourselves back to that place, like many times a day. Living from that place is amazing, but at least once a day, coming back to ourselves. Habit number 8 is I've been finished eating earlier in the day. So I have 2 meals, breakfast and what's called dinner, which is a mix between lunch and dinner. And there's lots of studies that show not eating close to bedtime is really good for you. It helps you sleep better, etc. And this is just really working for me. I couldn't do it if I wasn't having a high protein diet. I'm doing a keto style diet. If I was having more carbs, I tend to get more hungry. So at this time in my life, this is just really working for me. Habit number 9 is tracking my ketones. And yes, I use the Propeller monitor, pricking my finger, checking my blood, and it's actually really accurate and really helpful for knowing whether I'm in ketosis or not. And I just find it so helpful because when I don't know where I'm at, it's easier to start falling off track. But when I know that my ketones are in the ideal range, it just makes everything so much easier. It just helps me just stay locked into my health goals. Just having that information is really motivating for me. Habit number 10 is having an appealing water bottle. Trying to drink upwards of 2 or 3 litres a day, I decided to buy a pretty yellow, large water bottle, and it works for me. I like looking at it, it's easy to bring with me, and it just makes me drink more water. Habit number 11 may be the most important habit, and that is being kind to myself. I think that being mean to yourself and beating yourself up is a habit. I think you just get into these grooves, these like neural pathways are well worn, just so used to being mean and picking on yourself and criticizing yourself. And it's something I've been really focusing on the last few months. And now it's far more in my awareness. Sometimes you need reminders on your phone to check in how you're going with it. I have a cute little screensaver of myself when I was about 4 or 5 years old with a reminder on there, to be loving to myself, to be compassionate to myself. So although it's one of the more difficult ones to measure, it's a matter of really having it in your awareness and making it a priority. And the benefits of being kind and compassionate and loving to yourself are infinite. So although it's, tricky to really measure the habit of being kind to yourself, the actual rewards are also hard to measure, but it's one of those things that you just have to trust and know that it's really making a big difference. Habit number 12 is mirror work. And this is my most recent habit that I'm implementing. I have done a lot of mirror work on and off over the years. I've dabbled, but I'm really bringing it back because I recently did a video on aging and how difficult it can be for women to age and trying to bring more self-love and self-acceptance to the aging process. And a mentor of mine has always encouraged me to do mirror work, which is really just looking in the mirror and loving yourself. And it can be difficult because at first, you might be criticizing yourself and you're looking at all the things that are wrong. But there was something about this time when I came back to it. It was really powerful. Looking in the mirror, I was taking in my face, taking in my eyes, taking in all my wrinkles, my crow's feet, everything. And I was just like loving it. I was like, I love it. I love it. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm like literally really loving myself. And I felt different, and I was just like, I know that if I keep this habit up, it's going to have a profound impact on my life. So I've also started doing it in the car, not when I'm driving, but, maybe I'm at the lights and I'll quickly look in the rearview mirror and I'm like, I love you, Just any time you pass a mirror, just a quick, I love you. Give it a go and don't be hard on yourself if it's difficult, because I've tried this on and off many times for years, as I've said, but this time I really can feel the difference. Habit 13 is saying no to doubt. Doubt can be so insidious, and it shows up with thoughts like, I can't do this. What if it goes wrong? Things don't work out for me. It's not going to happen. I'm so this, I'm so that. That's all fear and that's all doubt. And that's also a habit, a habitual way of thinking. Doubt makes me shrink. It makes me smaller. It makes me not follow through. It just makes me not participate in my own life. Doubt is a massive sabotage pattern. I've seen it destroy my projects. I've seen it destroy other people's projects. And it's something that's coming from internal, like we're doing it to ourselves. So cultivating a practice of trust, of hope, of faith is really important. And a lot of these conversations around habits, self-love, compassion, achieving our dreams is something that my sister and I are very passionate about. We created a group coaching program together. I wanted to introduce you to my colleague and sister, Kathy.
Hello.
Kathy and I have created a group coaching program called the Aligned Success Lab.
We are excited about being able to facilitate this program. A lot of it is grounded in the knowledge of personal experience, and we recognize that we are unique, you are unique, and so we're not boxing you into a particular framework. We have a framework, but you are not boxed in. This is going to be nuanced to support you as an individual, as a unique human being.
Very much tailored to you. We've got lots of surprises in store. We're so excited about this. We do hope you'll check us out. There's a link in the description if you're interested. Get in touch if you'd like more information. So these are the habits that are really working for me. I like them a lot. I'd love to hear what habits are working for you or not working for you. What do you want to change? Or are there any habits that I've mentioned that you want to try out? And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and share. And I'd love it if you'd follow me on Instagram. Much love, guys. Number 4 is walking in nature. So recently I did a little life. Oh, there's a bug. It's a massive bug.